Okay, what is up? The Animal Farm is finally released, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to explain some of the different strategies that I've thought of on how we can maximize our profits in the Animal Farm specific to your individual budget. I've got it broken up into these 4 categories. If you have a small budget of $1,000 or less, if you have a medium budget, $1,000 to $10,000, if you have a large budget, $10,000 to $100,000, or a whale budget, anything over $100,000. I've seen a lot of people in the Telegram chat saying like, I have this amount of LP2 tokens, what's the best options for me? We're going to cover those in today's video. But before we start, I just want to say that the strategy that you decide to follow isn't as important as taking your profits and reinvesting them back in. So this is the most important rule that you should follow. I'm going to write it in capital letters to make the point clear. Don't take profits, reinvest! Exclamation mark. Yeah? If you do this, if you don't take profits and you reinvest all of your earnings, you will be able to maximize your profits on the Animal Farm regardless of which strategy you decide to follow, because when you reinvest your profits, that is how you compound your investment. So that's key. Yeah, that's more important than any of these specific strategies. As long as you reinvest your earnings, you will do okay. You can't go wrong. But let's get into the specifics of what I think is best for these different levels. Let's start off with a small budget, $1,000 or less. So if you have $1,000 or less to invest in the Animal Farm, then I'm going to assume that you probably don't have a lot of money in your drip faucet. And so that will ultimately be your goal for this strategy, is to grow your drip faucet. How are we going to do that? Let's go over it. Okay, so you've either got your PL2 tokens already, in which case you're going to swap them for pigs and dogs. Otherwise, you're just going to wait until launch and buy your $1,000 or less worth of pigs and dogs then of PancakeSwap. Now, once you've got your pigs and dogs, you're going to stake your dogs in the pool, to earn pigs. You're going to stake your pigs in the pig pen to earn BUSD. And over time, your dogs will earn you more and more pigs. So as your dogs earn you more and more pigs, you're going to harvest those pigs and move them over to the pig pen to earn more and more and more BUSD. Now, what you're also going to have to do is harvest your BUSD, and then you're going to use that BUSD to buy drip and deposit that drip into your faucet. So you can either go to PancakeSwap, swap the BUSD for drip, or you can swap the BUSD for BNB and then buy the drip off the native DEX. And depending on the budget that you have, you might not be able to buy a full drip at once, but that's okay. Just keep buying a little bit at a time until eventually you'll have enough where you can deposit 1 drip into your faucet. Yeah? So you want to do that over and over and over again, hydrating to build your deposits up, and then also DCAing, buying a little bit of drip at a time using your BUSD that you earn from the farm to build up your deposits twice as fast. This is why I recommend it to people with a small budget, because not only will you be hydrating, but you'll also be using your BUSD to get more drip over time. Basically, you'll be growing your deposits twice as fast, and that is key. So I'm going to write these down really quick. You want to stake dogs to earn pigs. Yeah, I'm just going to put a line. Good. You're going to stake pigs to earn BUSD. You're going to buy and deposit drip using BUSD that you harvest from your pig pen. You're going to hydrate as well and grow your faucet twice as fast. Yeah? So that is the strategy that I would recommend somebody with, a small budget of $1,000 less. Now, somebody that has $1,000 to $10,000, what is the best option? This is what I think. Okay, we're going to follow this first step. All of these strategies will follow this step. Stake dogs to earn pigs. Yep. Stake pigs to earn BUSD. Yes. Now, what is the key? Don't take your profits, reinvest. So what is the best option for reinvesting BUSD when you have a budget of $1,000 to $10,000? This is what I recommend. I recommend buying as much pigs as you can off PancakeSwap. Buying as much pigs as you can off PancakeSwap. I'll just write PCS, PancakeSwap. Yeah? Now, the price of pigs is going to appreciate fairly quickly, so you might not be able to do this for long. Eventually the price of pigs is going to outpace the earnings that you're getting from staking pigs to get BUSD. So once that happens, once pigs on PancakeSwap are out of your budget, you can't afford to buy them, you want to take that BUSD and pair it with your dogs. Yeah, pair BUSD with your dogs. That's what I recommend you do next. So you will have your dogs here in your pools. You're going to take your BUSD and slowly pair it with your dogs, and you're going to migrate these dogs over to the dog/BUSD farm. And you probably won't be able to do that in one go. You might only be able to do a couple dogs at a time, but that's fine. Yeah. It might take you a few weeks to move all of your dogs over, but that is your goal ultimately, to have all of your dogs from the pools migrated over to the farm, because that will earn you a higher APR. So what do you do next? All of your dogs have now been moved over to the farm. You're still earning pigs from this farm, which you're staking in your pig pen, and you're still earning BUSD from the pig pen. What do you do with this extra BUSD? This is what I recommend. I recommend taking that BUSD and moving it over to the Drip Liberation page and getting Drip LP tokens. I'm gonna write that down. Use BUSD to buy Drip LP. I'm just writing Drip LP from Drip Liberation page. Okay, that is what I recommend you do. So every single day, or however often as you feel like, you're going to take the BUSD that you earn from your pigs, and you're going to use that BUSD to buy Drip LP. You're going to take that Drip LP and you're going to put that right here in the Drip BUSD farm. So now you've got dogs BUSD earning you pigs, and you've got Drip BUSD earning you pigs. So now you're getting like twice as many pigs each day, which you will put in here to exponentially increase the amount of BUSD that you're earning from your pigs. So that's what I recommend if you have a medium budget of $1,000 to $10,000. Now let's go over the large budget, $10,000 to $100,000. What do I recommend you do? To be honest, it is going to look pretty much exactly the same as the medium budget, right up until the last step. So I'm going to paste this over. So really quickly, I'll go over it. You want to stake your dogs to earn pigs. You want to stake your pigs to earn BUSD. You want to buy as much pigs as you can off PancakeSwap. And then once you can't afford to buy pigs anymore, you want to start pairing your dogs with BUSD and moving them over to the farm. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. I'll just write it just in case. Migrate. Makes me sound smarter. Migrate your dogs to the farm. Yeah? Migrate your dogs to the farm. Good. So now you've got all of your dogs paired with BUSD and you have them all staked in the farm. What do you do next? Very similar. You're going to get your BUSD to buy Drip LP from the Drip Liberation page. This is what you're going to do. Okay, but instead of staking the Drip LP into the farm. Yeah. Instead of doing that, instead what you're going to do is you're going to stake the drip LP into the garden. Yeah, you're going to use your drip LP to buy plants in the garden. Okay? If you do that, you're going to be able to compound your seeds, get more and more plants in the garden, so you can get more and more and more drip LP to then stake in the farm. So I'm going to write that. Compound your seeds in the garden to earn more and more drip LP. Okay, you might want to do that for, I don't know, a couple months, I guess. A few months maybe of compounding your seeds in the garden, because it pays out 3% a day. So that's huge. So if you do that for a few months, then you could probably start claiming your drip LP and staking that into the farm. Yeah? There's a gap on this page which annoys me, but it's okay, we're just going to roll with it. This is still part, you know what? Does this work? Copy, paste, and I'll turn this white. Oh, look at that. And this is a large budget. Large budget, 10K to 100K. Okay, good. So you're going to compound your seeds in the garden to earn more and more drip LP. After a few months, you're going to sell your seeds and then, you know, claim your LP, drip LP, by selling your seeds, and then stake your drip LP into this farm. Yeah? You're going to build up this farm by using your garden to supplement that. Does that make sense? Why have I got it this way? Because the garden is a high risk, high reward. I would suggest it to people that have a 10K to 100K budget, because if you only have $1,000 to $10,000 to spend, you might not be able to afford to you might not be able to afford that extra risk that comes with the garden. But if you have $10,000 to $100,000 to spend, you probably can afford that risk of the garden. So that's what I recommend. Pretty much exactly the same, except instead of staking the drip LP that you get from the Liberation page onto the farm, you're going to use that drip LP in the garden to earn you more and more and more drip LP, and then stake it in the farm. Okay, so that's the strategy for 10K to 100K. Whale budget. This is going to be pretty much exactly the same as this. Okay, pretty much exactly the same as this, except if you're a whale and you have a lot of money, you might want somewhere low risk just to put your funds in it and sit there while being able to generate some yield. So I'd suggest, if that's you, if you have more money than you know what to do with, you don't really want to invest in something with the risk chance that you could lose it, I suggest this. Extra money, any extra money that you have, I'd suggest doing this. I'd suggest going into the farms and putting all of your excess money into one of these farms here, the USDT BUSD farms, BUSDC BUSD farms, TUSD BUSD farms, DAI BUSD farms, one of these stable farms, because you will never ever have impermanent loss by putting your funds in this, and it will also generate dogs. So that's like a safe place to just park your funds. That's low risk, that can still generate dogs that can help you grow your position on the farm, and it's better than having all your money stored in a bank account, for example. So all your extra money, I'd say, put into stable pair farms. Yeah, so that is what I'd suggest. Let's go over it one more time. if you have a small budget, $1,000 less, your ultimate goal is to use the BUSD that you earn from the farm to supplement your faucet growth. Okay, once you've got a faucet that's about like, a few hundred drip, you could probably start claiming some drip and using that drip to, grow your farm position. And at that point, you could probably move on to the second strategy using your drip. Yeah, so you could claim and sell some drip and use that money to help move your dogs over to the farm, for example. Okay, medium budget, $1,000 to $10,000. You're going to do, all the standard stuff. Stake your dogs, stake your pigs. You're going to buy pigs off PancakeSwap. Eventually it'll become too expensive. So at that point, you want to migrate your dogs over to the farm by pairing it with BUSD. And then after that's all done, you want to start buying drip LP and stake the drip LP into the farm so that you've got two sources earning you pigs, dogs BUSD and drip BUSD. The large budget is exactly the same, except you'll be using the garden to supplement your drip LP growth, and then the whale budget is exactly the same, except you'll be parking all of your extra money into stable pair farms so that you can earn additional dogs while experiencing no loss, no impermanent loss. So you can pull that money out and unpair your LP tokens at any point, and there'll be no negative reaction. Nothing bad will happen. So that is pretty much it. I just want to make it clear one more time that these strategies aren't nearly as important as the fact that you just reinvest your earnings. If you do that, you honestly can't go wrong. If you want to go into the garden, but you only have $1,000, fine, you do that. If that's what you want to do, you do that. As long as you're reinvesting your money, that's all that matters. So yeah, I find myself in this large budget category, but I do think that the garden is too high risk for my taste. So although I have between $10 and $1,000, I'd probably still just be doing this medium budget strategy until I get like a solid position in the farm first, and then I might experiment with the garden after that. But that's just me personally. So I'm saying is you don't have to strictly follow these strategies. You do whatever you want. It's your money at the end of the day. But yeah, I was never ever going to post my drip referral link onto my videos because, to be honest, I just don't think that I can compete with the airdrops that some of the other teams are doing. And I'd hate for somebody to sign up to my team only to realize that they could be getting more airdrops if they had joined up underneath somebody else. So I was never ever going to paste my my drip referral link onto my videos. However, with the farm, they don't have any airdropping incentives. So, clicking on one person's referral link for the farm is just the same as clicking on somebody else's referral link on the farm. So I don't feel so bad about sharing my referral link. So I'm going to do that. If you feel like you've gotten value out of my videos, then consider using my referral link. I'll really appreciate it. It'll help out a lot. If not, that's fine. Having a comment and a like and a subscribe or whatever helps out just as much. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover today. If you have any more in-depth questions about strategies surrounding the animal farm, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Good luck. Let's make a lot of money.